What is the importance of space for humans and for humans in space?
Yeah, I mean, this is a very loaded question because there are so many aspects of it. There is a very natural aspect. Life is programmed to expand. It's simply the way life works. Life, when I talk about life, I mean every kind of life, from bacteria to the highest forms. We just want to occupy every niche of the environment, and that's, if you look on our Earth, that is true. We have colonized the surface, both as humans and as mammals, reptilians, and smaller forms of life. But then if you go even in the most remote areas, you go into deep caves, underwater, in environments where we wouldn't think of life being possible, and we always find life. So life is programmed to expand. We want to need to expand our horizons. So, and that's why the name of my mission is Beyond, because that's exactly what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that we were born on Earth as humans, but some of us have in our DNA the desire, the need to expand. We look at an horizon and we wonder, what is beyond that horizon? We look at a mountain, what is on top of the mountain? What's behind the mountain? What's beyond the sea? Is that a limit, or can we go beyond that limit? So the name of my mission, Beyond, wants to actually express these questions. We want to go beyond because it's in our nature. We are explorers because we need to answer questions every time we see a limit of something that we don't know. So space right now is the ultimate frontier. We have colonized our planet. We are doing a lot of damage to our planet, and there's always more of us. So in the future, this planet will not have the resources to sustain all of us. So in order for us to pave the way to be an interplanetary species, we need to start now with knowledge, science, technology, so that we can unite technology and science for exploration. So these three elements are fundamentally what we do now in spaceflight. Space in general is built on technology and science, but when you add the element of humans, it becomes exploration. So right now, for the past 20 years, really, we have been exploiting the International Space Station as this incredible orbital laboratory. We do this incredible science that is impossible to perform on Earth. And you may ask me why. I mean, science is science. You take biology and you perform it on the ground. What's the difference in orbit? Well, it is completely different. Even though the procedures can be the same, we take one element that for 4.5 billion years has always been on Earth, and it's gravity. So on Earth, you can change pressure, you can change the temperature, you can change the ingredients, but you are always going to be subjected to this 9.8 meters per second square acceleration towards the center of the Earth. You go in orbit, now you take this thing, and everything changes. The setup is completely different, the results are going to be different. And the science that we do on orbit has been incredibly surprising. And the answers that we have gotten are less interesting than the questions that arise from what we do in orbit. Specifically for humans, how our physiology changes, our DNA, our genetic expressions, all these things change because we as humans want to adapt to our environment. And now if we're thinking about that, the next step is going to be going away from low Earth orbit, and what's the next thing that we can explore? Well, we have tried to do that already once, about 50 years ago, and it's the moon, but we didn't have enough technology and knowledge, science, to be there for a long time. So we want to try and see how we can use the science and the knowledge that we acquired on the space station and import that onto a habitat that can help us get to the moon and perform on the moon. And that habitat is being thought about right now as we speak. We are designing this habitat called Gateway, and Gateway is going to help us to get to the moon back and forth from the surface, back to the habitat and back to Earth, like a bridge between these two worlds, so that we can understand where are our capabilities, what we need to change, what we need to invent, because the next step is going to be obviously Mars. So as you can see, there is a motion. We start from Earth, our cradle, the place where we were born. We have gone to low Earth orbit. We want to go to the moon, we want to go to Mars, and we want to go beyond. Again, the name of my mission is a reflection of this path, where from Earth we want to understand what is the universe, what's it made of, and what is our role in this universe.